Real audio.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to George Simonian Alumni Stadium on a wet, damp Saturday afternoon. An unusual football game, an unusual opponent. Only our second battle with Bridgewater-Raynham. The first one didn't go very well. Guys, we are kind of limited for time, so we're going to get right to this, Howie.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Bridgewater on film, and they are an imposing offense and a very quick, strong defense. So I'm not real positive about the Lions today, unfortunately.
And today is an honorary day, Rob. We're honoring the 1987 and 2007 Super Bowl teams, and it's a fitting honor, but this might not be the day to do it.
Yeah, well, hopefully the honor is just calling them back and just remember them, because those young men at the time, now they're all old guys, they did some fantastic things, and as being part of the coaching staff, it was certainly the heyday of Chelmsford football. I think now, though, we're seeing a much better football team in Chelmsford, second year under Coach Dave Kaiser. It's going to be a tough game today against a very strong Bridgewater-Raynham, which is really just a filler with the way the scheduling has to work.
They are a South Shore powerhouse, and we're going to go to our predictions. We have some packs. We have Christian Finn, a co-captain. We have Joe Vecchione, a co-captain. And we have Mike Marshall. We'll try to get those to you before the kickoff, but kickoff is coming up very quickly. Who wins and why?
All right, as I said, I'm really concerned about the Lions in this one, and I'm going with Bridgewater, and my score is Bridgewater 28, the Lions 21. And that is optimistic as far as trying to keep Bridgewater down to 28 points.
Interesting. Yours, sir?
Yeah, well, there's some injuries I think people don't know about that I do. And again, we made some mistakes, and it'll be kind of tough with injured people and to come back from those mistakes. My heart says Chelmsford. My mind says Bridgewater 32-28.
I totally agree with my heart, but I have to go make it unanimous. Bridgewater wins at 34-14 over the Lions, and the kickoff national anthem will be with you again with the game. Thanks for Craig, and we'll be right back. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, very happy to have as my guest right now, Joe Vecchione, one of the outstanding captains of the Chelmsford Lions, a two-way starter. Joe, little tough on Friday night, but you guys have been off to a great start, and you've certainly played outstanding linebacker position.
Thank you. Yeah, last week was a tough one. We really thought going into that we were going to get the win. Things didn't go our way. I think we played better than them 75% of the plays, but they won those big plays, and that's what defined the game Friday. So,
Joe, Sal gives you a lot of credit for opening holes for him, and truly correct. You do an outstanding job of blocking. Let's leave football for a moment. Joe, you have another career in sports. Tell us a little bit about your wrestling career.
I'm a wrestler for Chelmsford High School. I was also a captain for that team as well. Extremely successful program. Our old head coach is still the coach of the wrestling team.
Right.
So we're really successful there, and I learned a lot on the mat that helped me on the field.
I'm sure there's some correlation between the two of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Want to wish you luck in the wrestling season. You're
Thank
a two-time state champion, and you can't do a lot more than that. So I'm sure the bullseye will be on you too. But congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Captain Joe Vecchione. CHS TV, once again, Bruce Byam. This time it's my guest is Christian Finn, another one of the Lion captains, outstanding two-way player. And Christian, I'll ask you the same question I asked Joe a few minutes ago, offense or defense?
I have to say offense. I love catching passes, I love blocking. I think it's really fun. We have a dynamic offense. It's a lot of fun to be in.
Your offense, very complex, tough to learn?
It's not too tough this year. I'm playing a lot more offense than I did last year.
Yep.
But once you get the basics down, it's pretty easy.
You had, I thought, an outstanding defensive career last year, and a couple of pickoffs and passes, and a lot of stops on defense. Defense has been good. Lowell was tough, but also 5 turnovers put you guys in the hole a little bit.
Yeah, five turnovers is tough, but the fact it was a 21-16 game with that, with 5 minutes to go, I think that was a real credit to our defense. I think our coaching staff did a great job adjusting at halftime and really keeping them to minimal damage with that.
And I wish you a lot of luck Saturday afternoon in Chelmsford land. Thanks, Christian. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Christian Finn. For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, very happy to have one of the fine Chelmsford High School football coaches, Mike Marshall, veteran of the coaching staff. And Mike, this year your responsibilities have changed just a little bit. Why don't you tell us about those?
Yeah, I've been added to running the special teams this year. John King did it last year. John decided not to coach this year, but the good thing is John is in the building, so him and I bounce things off each other all the time. I'm enjoying it. You know, it's stressful at times, but, you know, I think so far we're doing all right special teams-wise.
Yeah. The kickoff teams, the punting teams seem to be doing very, very well.
Yeah.
And, Chris's average is up. And
yeah, it's funny. I tell people all the time, I go, do we supposed to have a starting offensive tackle and defensive tackle as your punter? But it's working out well.
It's unusual for sure.
It sure is.
Mike, the other night, Lowell buzzsaw, but 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. I don't care who you are. You know, as you know, you've been around football long enough that 5 turnovers is not going to end well for you. But I thought offensively and defensively up front they were very good. Yes. And then their speed was something that just we haven't seen yet.
What do you expect out of Bridgewater-Raynham?
Oh, they're tough. I mean, you know, I don't think they're like they were last year because last year they were something else. We got some new things this week. Hopefully, you know, we can, get something going offensively, not turn the ball over, and I'd love to get something in the special teams, you know, a turnover or a touchdown, you know, a kickoff or a punt return. I think we're going to need something like that this week.
Mike, it's always a pleasure to chat with you, and I admire your work with the kids, and you're just outstanding group of coaches. These kids are lucky.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
For CHS TV, Bruce Byam, Mike Marshall. Welcome, everybody. The first play of the football game. The kickoff was run back by Chelmsford's Wahib, and this is a quick toss to looks like Vecchione.
No, it was
that was Hooten.
Hooten on the keep. Yep.
Hooten got outside a little bit. Nice 9-yard pickup. Let's set the game. Bridgewater-Raynham in the red, white, and blue. Chelmsford the Lions in the maroon and white. It's 2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Hooten the quarterback, Lapoli the running back. Hooten keeps it again. Gets taken down this time.
Fumble.
Ball is on the ground. And Bridgewater has it.
Right.
Number 78 for Bridgewater is the recoverer, and that's Gerald Fernandez, and they are going to Howie, the beat goes on.
Yes, it does. We are another turnover right away, continuing from last week where we had 5. And Bridgewater now has the ball on the Lions 30.
So they will start at 1st and 10. They are a explosive football team, but they love to run the football. Their primary running back is number 47, and that is Bryce Shaw.
They'll probably come out in a wing with an eye. Oh, they're going to come out in wishbone. Okay.
Number 15, their quarterback is Corey Sullivan. They spread the field a little bit.
Unbalanced.
And they run to that side with Shaw. Picks up good yardage. He cuts it back. And he is a hard-running first back. Takes it to about the 20. That's close to a first down.
They're very multiple, what they do for an offense. They run I wing. They run double slots. You just saw them shift from the wishbone into an unbalanced look. And they ran the toss.
Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, Rod Russo, Ronna Berman, and Tori Russo working the announcer's booth today.
Setting the defense, Hamilton, Park, Bungard, and Slattery are the front 4.
Lions on defense, 2nd and 1. This is Shaw again, and he blasts ahead close to the 15 for the first down. This is not going to be a fancy football team. No. They will run it at you. They have great size, and their quarterback can throw it. He's a left-hander, but he doesn't throw it often.
The strength of Chelmsford, too, is their defensive line, but I think what you'll see as the game moves on is they're equally matched on the other side with Bridgewater's line, and As you said, Bridgewater's just going to pound the ball and be pretty simple.
No discredit to Lowell, but this is the best team that the Lions have played so far this year. Fake to Shaw. Pass, and it is caught, and it is incomplete, knocked away. Nice defensive play.
Intended for Dan Taylor, number 3.
I think that was McCarthy.
Correct.
That knocked it away, so nice job.
Once again, we find ourselves in the obstructed view seats.
Right, linebackers for the Lions are Finn, Vecchione, Lapoli, and we have a fourth one. It was Andy Shaw, but Andy's not in there today with some back spasms.
2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Secondary, McCarthy, Waheed, and Vecchione.
Off balance right. They run it that way. Pretty good size hole, and there's a flag. I think they're going to get backed up 5 yards here. Lions defense really swarming to the ball that time. Christian Finn, one of them. Vecchione, another one. Joe Vecchione.
One of the defensive linemen I have in class were talking, and you'll notice Bridgewater will go unbalanced as they did in that play, but Chelmsford's not going to respond. Typically, what defenses will do is shift a man over, but they've seen the tendencies that they don't really use that unbalance for the advantage, and so there you saw a great stop by a Chelmsford team tackle.
That's a 5-yard penalty against the Lions for offside, so it is now going to be 2nd and 5 for Bridgewater. Takes the ball down to the 11-yard line. This is primarily a senior football team. They have 2 wins, 1 loss. They lost to Zavarian. And it's a toss. Shaw again. Good power, close, and he is near the goal line. We can't see from again.
About the half-yard line.
Yeah,
The looks of it.
it's no touchdown.
Right on the half-yard line, you're right.
Yep.
So I thought I saw a flag on that play.
There is a flag on the ground.
Holding. Wow, there's a break for the Lions. So that's going to back them up a little bit, and it's going to be 2nd and probably 15 here. Let's see where they put the ball. Their wins are against Duxbury and Dartmouth.
And Duxbury and New
New
Bedford.
Bedford, I'm sorry, not Dartmouth.
Dartmouth is their next opponent.
They play Dartmouth next week.
Yep.
That'll be their next victim. So they did back them up. It's going to be 2nd and 12. The ball is back now to the 24-yard line.
It's about
19-yard line. It's a toss. Good blocking again. Another flag down.
I think they had a chop block there.
So we've had a series of, this has been a flag fest so far.
Got a block below the waist.
Bridgewater is backing up. Offside.
Offside.
Chelmsford again. That's a 2nd offside penalty. So guys, we've had 2 offside penalties and a fumble. We're only played 3 minutes of this football game. And that's the same official making the offside call, so it's got to be on that side of the field, which is our right. It seems like it's been 2nd down now for 24 minutes. It's 2nd and 7 for Bridgewater. This is toss, new back, number 26 with a little bit of speed to the corner for the first down.
Another flag.
And another flag.
The flag's back here at the 10.
And we don't have a number 26 on our roster. So we'll have to see if we can get that name for you. And what is the penalty? It was a first down. And now is this, am I wrong? Is this 4 plays in a row that we've had a flag?
I think you are right.
I think it's 4 in a row. You're going to have to, they're going to, thank you. Ronna tells us we're right for a change. And This is a big one.
Must be holding.
11, 12, 13, 15 yards.
I know they're running a crack motion, so maybe that kid wasn't so careful. And
Guess what, folks? It's second down. Ball's on the 25-yard line.
And it says 2nd and 15. It looks like it's closer to 2nd and 20.
I would say so.
So.
Yes, 19 and 20. All right, the defense is getting a little assistance here. They have to make the stop. They're in now they're in the wing. Back to pass, looking for the corner, and broken up, and a flag. This is 5 plays in a row, and that looked like pretty good pass defense.
Yeah, and he's going to get called for pass interference.
Yes, he is.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. We had a great angle from here, and he didn't. He knocked the ball out of the player's hands.
Let's take a look at the
if we get a replay on
this.
Really well done.
Maybe someone forgot to tell the referees this is a high school game.
They're having a conference on this one. I don't know. They got to wave the flag off.
They may pick this flag up. Here it is. No, that was the previous play. Right. Sullivan threw it very well.
One receiver route.
Yeah. They're still talking about it.
The receiver did a little stutter and go.
I know Sal Lepoli's opinion of this.
They wave it off.
They wave it. Yes, it should have been waved off. I don't know if Dan Buron, the Bridgewater-Raynham coach, agrees with us. He's getting the explanation from the referee.
I think we finally moved to 3rd down.
We did.
Well, we did.
And can we actually get a play now without a flag? This has got to be a high school record coming up. Sullivan has his play from his coach, an excellent football coach, by the way. Dan Buron's been around a long time. Here it is. Sullivan. Inside handoff and a big hole, and it's going to be close to 1st down yardage. And I think it's going to be 4th down and about. I was looking at the wrong stake. It's going to be 4th and about 6. They do have an excellent kicker.
To be fair, if it wasn't for the excellent camera work of our crew, I wouldn't see any part of this game right now. I'm
Rob is in a corner.
I'm looking at a wall.
Yeah. 4th down. They're going to take a timeout here.
See, all my bribes finally paid off, Robin. We switched sides.
We did, yeah.
They're taking a long time. It looks like they're going to take a timeout. Or are they going to take, can't be taking a delay. He's still talking to the referee as Dan Buron. He wants to take the timeout.
Yeah, he was waiting until the back judge gave the signal for the amount of time left.
And there it is. Now they'll decide whether it's field goal or they're going to go for it. The full timeout, by the way. And a play was run without a flag appearing on the field. Lions huddled around their head coach, David Kaiser, in his 2nd season with the Lions. Great coaching staff. You can see some of them there in the picture. There's Dave with the headset. Sal Lepoli in the middle. Paul Tenaglia with the maroon jacket on, defensive coordinator. This is a big play in this 1st quarter. Can the Lions get off the field after giving up the fumble? Nice to see all of the players from the 07, 87 teams. All right, here comes Bridgewater-Raynham. I wish we could get the name of number 26, their running back. It's a toss to him. He cuts up and he doesn't get it. The Lions are there. They've stopped them. They have overcome the turnover, and they will start 1st down.
I tell you, that defensive stop started with Christian Finn.
Yep.
Read it perfectly, came up, kept his width, made that back, cut it up into the meat of the defense.
Set the edge, made him come in back inside where he had help. Exactly, Bob.
First and 10, the ball is at the 12-yard line. The Lions have to be careful here. But a good result. Matt Hooten, the quarterback, number 4. He hands it to Lapoli. And that's not Lapoli, excuse me, that's Hooten keeping the ball. So this is a new wrinkle for the Lions. Matt, on 3 plays now, has not faked the handoff and kept the ball. And another big 9-yard gain.
Sal has been the major ball carrier the last 3 games, so defenses are obviously keying on Sal, and that's allowing Matt to get some open running lanes. Set up play action passing.
Lions have a 2nd and 1, kind of a free play, but I don't think they want to take too many chances considering they're on their own 20-yard line. This is Lapoli, and he stumbles ahead for the first down across the 20-yard line to the 21 or 2-yard line.
Chelmsford's going to have to come up with a good answer because Bridgewater's front line is making way too much penetration to run this offense consistently.
No.
Bridgewater's big, they're quick. They play a very impressive schedule. Linebackers show blitz. Lions are making an adjustment on the play. This is a new play. It's a toss to the outside. Michael Vecchione.
Hey, Caruso, make a goddamn block.
He comes up across the side and to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3 by Mike Vecchione, a sophomore.
That's a nice little wrinkle. You fake the ball to Sal, and then you're coming back with an option, quarterback option on the end.
Toss again this side. This is Vecchione again with good running room across the 30. This is first down yardage. The Lions have strung together a couple of first downs here. And they are getting outside on a couple of plays now successfully.
Well, this is showing something that Bridgewater hasn't seen just yet, so they're going to have to adjust to it. But then we'll come back and run inside.
And Rob, the game is almost in view for you.
I was kind of excited about that.
We're getting closer. Lapoli straight ahead, couple of yards. We do have finally identified our mystery man out there, number 26, and if he touches the football, we'll let you know.
Just had a shot of him on he's defensive, or he's cornerback.
Right.
Cornerback right now, so.
It's 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Lions very much want to win this football game. It would be a big victory in their young season. And they appear ready to play. Hooten back, screen, and it's knocked down. Boy, that almost was picked off.
Yeah.
Big, tall number 54 for Bridgewater, Bailey Leach. We don't have sizes for these guys on their sheet. We have years, but we don't have size.
I was down in the field prior to coming back to the booth and saw some of them. They're all my height or bigger, so they're at least 6 feet plus.
Yep.
Well, when you get 2 towns to choose from, I guess that that helps a little bit.
Absolutely.
If we could get the Lions to hook up with someone else, we'd probably pick up a few athletes. 3rd down for the Lions. Hooten looks, fires, and it's caught, and that's McCarthy. First down, I think.
Correct.
It is.
Yes, it is. Knocked out of bounds by Carucci. Nick Carucci, junior defensive back.
McCarthy's 28th catch of the season in the 4th game of the season. And Matty threw that right on the break. It was well timed. McCarthy knew how far he had to go. And it's first down at the 45-yard line. Lions are very well prepared to play this football game. It's just a question of whether their athletes are good enough to execute it. Lapoli taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Stunt 47. Bryce Shaw came in from his linebacker spot, shot the A gap between guard and center.
That young man is headed to the Naval Academy when he completes his senior year at Bridgewater. Outstanding offensive, better probably on defense. Second and loss of 2, second and 12. Bridgewater has 5 players on the line of scrimmage. One of them are being a linebacker, and a timeout by the Lions, I think. Timeout, Chelmsford. So that's their first time out of the football game. And so far, the Lions have done a very good job in this first quarter.
They have. They've had a nice defensive stop after a turnover, and then they've turned around and moved the ball and got a couple of first downs, both running and throwing. They're facing a 2nd and 12 right now on their own 43.
Rob, kids are not stupid. Obviously, these days, they read the papers. They know that Bridgewater-Raynham is a good football team. How do you combat that?
Well, I mean, you know, as a coach, you prepare every week and you get your kids believing in what you're doing and what they're doing. And, you know, I have a handful of the kids in class, and they knew it's a challenge, and they were optimistic. And our conversations were that. Don't make mistakes. Try to practice as hard as you can, and you know, and then you have some success in the field, just out of the reach of Christian, who was open. But you have some success like that stop, and then the kids kind of believe their hard work pays off.
Once again, as Rob just said, Christian Finn was open there, just overthrown a little bit. But Howie, you've talked about it a lot. Running right-handed quarterback going left, it's a tough throw.
Yes, it is. He almost pushed the ball, and really tough to get the shoulders square to the line. And when you're running left or right, and your receiver is also running, you don't lead him. You throw it right at him, and that's a perfect example right there of Christian being led by Matt.
This is Lapoli, and he picks up good yardage, but short of the first down. He fought for yardage there and picked up about 7 on the pass, but it's going to be a 4th down, and we'll call it 6 for the Lions. Then Chris Bungard will be in to punt it.
That was a good call. That was a screen.
Yep.
The line actually got out there and had some blocks in front of him.
Bungard is averaging 36 yards a kick this year so far in his punting chores.
He's shown a good leg. He's had some hang time, and the coverage has been good.
Lapoli,
like they
the
only
snapper.
have 10 players.
The Lions?
No.
Oh, that's be good. And he gets a good kickoff and caught and drilled.
Nice.
That was a risky catch.
Yeah, Lapoli, Sal, right there for the tackle, right on the 21.
Dan Taylor was the returner. He got nothing. The ball is, as Howie said, 21. We're coming up on the 1-minute mark in the first quarter. And each team has had a defensive stop, although the Lions did move the football.
Their best running back, number 13, Greaves, is in civilian clothes today. And I see him down there with a stocking cap and a backpack on right by the first down marker.
And we hope he's not injured badly, but that's a good break for us, I think, in some ways. Sullivan, the quarterback, hands it to Shaw, and he's taken down immediately. That's Vecchione, number 9.
That was number 26, Lombard.
Okay. Yeah, the new 26.
Yep.
Not a mystery man any longer.
Well, you know, one of the things about playing a team that runs sort of more traditional offense, like this eye look that you're getting, is you're actually seeing your linebackers making tackles at the line or behind the line of scrimmage, because they don't have that fear that they do when you're facing a spread team, and they're kind of slow to get to the tackle.
I think Bridgewater is going to find they may have to throw the ball a little bit against the Lions. Sullivan is going to throw it. Left-handed passer, and it's almost picked off.
Yeah,
He threw
Sal,
that
nice
right
job.
to Lapoli.
Stepped right in front of the intended receiver.
What a great defensive play by one of the captains, Sal Lapoli. He's having an excellent defensive season as well as offense. 3rd and 9.
That's a point there to my comments. So you're running an eye offense, and right there it's play action, which should work for you, but you only have 2 receivers into a 5 defensive back set.
Dan Buren, excuse me, go ahead, Howard.
I've noticed in Bridgewater's offensive system, they're running plays that complement each other. That they have a series that they want to run. Those 2 plays there, they ran one with number 26, and then they did play action off of that the next play.
Do the Lions blitz here? They are coming. It's a screen, and this is Shaw, and he is free on the sideline and picked up the first down yardage across the 40 to the 41-yard line. They caught the Lions coming, and they had a perfect play called.
Aaron Palermo in the game, number 2 on the blitz.
Not quite able to get there. This is Dan Buren, the gentleman in the yellow jacket. His record is 98 wins, 54 losses, and a tie over the past 15 seasons. So it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 41. They may not get this play off before the end of the first quarter. They do. Handoff. And stopped again. Boy, that's also Lombard, I believe,
yes,
right?
It is.
And an excellent defensive stop. That will end the first quarter. The score is 0-0. And the Lions are showing that they're ready to go, and we're ready to go to a break.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Bruce Barham, Rob Russo, Howie Neal, Ronna Berman, Tori Russo, and our guest in the studio, Mr. George Simonian. And we are really pleased to bring you a Saturday afternoon, actually a pretty good day to play football. The rain is held off, and 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. First play of the second quarter. 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. Fake handoff, they're going to throw it, and it's
Good coverage.
caught, but real good coverage.
Peter McCarthy.
McCarthy, yeah. McCarthy not only catches the ball, he defends the pass as well. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Bridgewater.
Important play for Chelmsford.
It is. If you can keep playing and keep gaining confidence as the game goes along, that's a great thing for the Lions. Got to keep away from the chunk play, the big hitter, and that's the one you got to avoid.
Number 17, the tight end is my concern. Oh, they're going to run.
Run, first
down.
Close.
No, it's going to be
It's
short.
going to be short.
Yep.
They're at the 50, the 49 of Chelmsford. And he
That
puts
is
it
gonna be
down.
real close.
Shoo, boy, we're not going to call that one. The referee says 4th down.
Hey, get it up,
And
let's
Bridgewater,
go!
no hesitancy whatsoever. They're going to attempt the first down on 4th down. I think you look for 2 guys here, right? You look for Sullivan or you look for Shaw, one or the other.
Well, I'm thinking just quarterback sneak.
That's
Yeah,
Sullivan. Yep, I agree with you. He is the quarterback, and he gets it if he didn't fumble it.
Yep.
He's on his feet. He got the first down. So it's 1st and 10, Bridgewater at the 48-yard line. Sullivan has a brace on his left leg, but he seems to be not affected by that too much.
He probably uses that because he has to run over to the sideline to get his play.
Yeah.
And he probably gets fatigued by the fourth quarter, so needs a little extra help.
Right now, the hash is close to the bench, so he's in good shape. This is Lombard on the toss, and he gets it to the 45, a pickup of 3. Joe Vecchione on the tackle. Joe getting up a little bit slowly, but he appears to be okay, shaking it off. Joe, one of our interviews today, and two-time state wrestling champion, Massachusetts. What an athlete, and a great young man. It was really good to see both Bruce Rich and Tom Cato here today.
It was nice to see both coaches here. A lot of victories in those.
Boy, I'll say,
almost 300.
Yeah, very close.
190 or so.
Yep, exactly. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Short. Sets up, and it's knocked away. And once again, the Lions are, no. What is this call?
Oh, forearm.
Forearm. A shiver to the back of the head, I think.
I don't think so.
Well, let's see if we can see this one.
I think it's going to be waved off again. As it was thrown by the judge and the back judge.
Yeah, he's not waving it off.
No.
He's fighting his cause right now. And we'll see what they do. From the line of scrimmage, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Personal foul, that was a forearm, and I don't know if we have it for you. I thought it was a great hit.
I thought he went right at the ball.
Thought, that's what I thought too, Rob, that was his that was the play.
Chelmsford coaching staff agrees with us, very much so. The ball is now first down at the 30. And the officials got back into the football game on a play that I thought they should. Somehow you have to let the kids play. And I do think the NFL has a bearing on high school officials because of the hits in football. Just a little editorial.
Well, the one thing, though, that does, I know it cost us 15 yards, but that receiver might hesitate a little bit more when next time they throw the ball to him.
True. This is Shaw, and he stood up. Nice tackle.
McCarthy, excellent tackle there.
Yeah, Slattery, one of the hits, too. That's a gain of just a yard, about 2 yards to the 28. And Bridgewater will stay with the program. They're gonna stay. They're persistent. They're stubborn, and they will continue to try to run the football. And they take their time. Ron is kind of happy about that. It keeps the clock going.
She's also happy that we're inside a booth and all the windows are fogging up because it's actually airtight.
And we're not, right?
Oh,
there's a hold on Bungard and a completion to the 20. Chris Bungard just got spun around at the line of scrimmage in his pursuit. First down.
Dan Taylor, the receiver, number 3.
And the ball is now at the 19-yard line. Rob, you said it at the beginning of the in a game and pregame that the Lions are better than they were last year.
Oh, by far, I think. You know, they've had a year under the system, which is completely different than what they grew up with as freshmen. They're bigger, they're stronger.
Yes.
You know, so, I mean, the program, it's a program. It's an attack, you know, systemic, and, you know, the kids are bigger, and they're working hard, so.
They trailed 34-0 at halftime in this game. Handoff to Shaw straight ahead. He rumbles for a couple of yards inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Well, a couple of things from last year, Bruce. We did play on a Thursday night, number 1.
After a long bus ride.
After a long bus ride, and so it was a short week.
Yes.
You know, they had a full day of school and a short week.
Right.
They had to get on the bus right away. They didn't have a chance to go home and nap or just unwind. Where they, on a Friday, they can relax a little bit. And if they were playing at home, I should say.
Joe Vecchione, once again, one of the Lion tacklers on that play, and Joe's already had a fine first half. It's second. It should be. It's 2nd and 9. Shaw back to pass. He lobs it, and it's knocked away. A nice job.
It was.
Wahib had a little bit of an arm issue there, but did knock it away. It's going to be 3rd and 9. I agree with you, Howie. He might have gotten away with one.
Timed it perfectly with his right hand. His left hand was
incidental contact, really. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
That's our point. Let them play a little bit, right?
I tell you, Sullivan almost met intimately Mr. Vecchione because he came in a blitz and just slipped at the last minute.
It was very close. I saw that as well.
We have a little bit of an injury here.
Referee's making McCarthy
come out.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate Shagnon, the trainer, came on to talk to McCarthy, but he appears to be fine.
I think
so if you take a timeout, I think you can put the player back in the football game, right? I believe.
I believe you're right. That might have just been blood. I saw her wipe his arm.
Yeah.
It's a rule you can't have, you know.
Players get a little bloody sometimes in this game?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, plastic helmet, plastic bolts, a little rug burn.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 9. The ball is at the 18-yard line. Bridgewater-Raynham does have a very fine kicker. And we'll see what they decide to do. If they don't get it, Tom Fay is his name. But first things first, we have to make a stop, and they may be willing to go on 4th down, depending on what happens on this play. Good student cheering section over there across the way.
The Thunder is here.
How did that name come about, Tundra? How did you know the origin of that run?
You know, I'm going to research that. I did know it at one point. It's what, 3, 4, 5 years old, and
true.
One-on-one out here,
and they're looking that way, and it's knocked away again. The Lions are closing.
Mike Vecchione closed very well from free safety.
Great job by Vecchione.
Knocked the ball down.
Secondary. Go ahead.
Intended for number 14, Jaden Rosario.
I'm glad that in some ways that Sullivan doesn't drill the ball, because he gives the Lions defenders a little time to come up to it.
He put a little air under that one.
Yes, he did.
There's been the out cut on the far side when he threw it to Taylor for the first down. That he threw that one well. This one here, he put a little air under it, trying to let the intended receiver run under it.
Timeout, Bridgewater-Raynham.
One of the things, as I alluded to before, this offense is fairly simple to read. It's the eye offense. You know, your guards and your fullback kind of tell you what's going on, and Chelmsford is doing a great job reading it. And you only have 2 receivers out there in a sea of defensive backs.
It will be a very important football play coming up. 4th and 9 at the 18. And the Lion defense has been on the field for quite some time now. And this has been a long drive, not a distance long, but long in duration, time-wise.
Yeah, it's been at least 2-1 in plays.
Right.
You know, Bridgewater, Chelmsford.
Okay, the quarterback Sullivan has his play from his coach.
Double slots.
And he is going to come out of the pistol set this time. And timeout, Chelmsford. And Coach Kaiser and Coach Tenaglia have called timeout. They are going to make an adjustment based on what they just saw Bridgewater do when they came out on offense. A little bit of a chess match going on now.
Yeah. Both staffs up on the roof have told headsets down on the field how to attack the formation or the defense.
Right.
I was watching the Bridgewater assistant here with the headset on, and he's talking to the quarterback while listening from upstairs. And
those guys don't get in arguments up there, do they?
I don't know.
You wouldn't want to see anybody getting thrown off the top. That wouldn't be a good thing. All right, 4th down. Here we go. High snap and quick toss and broken up again. That was a great defensive play. McCarthy?
McCarthy on Taylor, yes.
Wow, the Lions have stopped them. And they will take over 1st and 10 at the 18.
Barngard came in virtually untouched.
Yes, he did.
I don't know why he hesitated, but he decided, I'm going to put my hands up, put my hand down. Yeah.
All right, but again, nice technique by McCarthy and by Mike Vecchione on defensive pass defense.
Speaking of surprised, I'm one of the people, I have to admit, I am surprised and absolutely thrilled with the Lions' efforts so far.
I am too. I did not expect this.
No.
As my prediction
indicates.
indicated.
Matty Hooton with Vecchione in motion. They hand it to Lapoli. He had a big hole, but he kind of went away from the hole, I thought. I thought there was a hole close to us.
They're running a trap, and they're bringing a motion back, Vecchione, to come and cross block, and behind Vecchione is where the hole is.
So that's a gain of a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 at the 19. Hooton keeps it, runs through a big hole, picks up 1st down yardage out to the 29-yard line. Matt Hooton with his feet today, not with the arm so far. Doing a great job on.
He looks very comfortable back there.
He does.
The reads on the
yes,
on the zone reads there to keep or give.
1st and 10, 29-yard line. The Lions hands it Lapoli. Short yardage.
Wasn't it Matt that came in last year to score the touchdown? Didn't he score a touchdown against Bridgewater?
It was actually Andy Thayer that scored the touchdown last year on a pass from I think.
Well, that's what I meant, yeah.
Right, right. It's a 2nd down, 9 situation for the Lions. The Lions, if nothing else, run this clock down so the quarter will be little time for Bridgewater-Raynham. Oh, it's an outside completion. Good yardage. That's Vecchione. That's Mike Vecchione. And he's tackled at the 35-yard line. Yep. It's going to be 3rd down and long 4.
That's a great play to get the corner, though, Howie.
Yeah.
No, just send him in motion and throw it to him before he gets to the line of scrimmage.
I thought Matt kind of double hitched.
I think he didn't have a grip.
Yeah. Got to get a grip.
Get a grip.
Yeah,
get a grip.
3rd down, and we have a flag.
And we have
motion.
No,
offsides on.
Spun-guard, illegal procedure. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 3rd and about 9 now for the Lions.
Just excited to hit somebody.
Yep.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, Chris has had a fantastic season, playing both ways. He's been a real rock for the Lions. Unfortunately, being a senior. McCarthy's at the bottom of the screen along with Caruso. Actually would be the top of your screen. And it's an inside handoff. Lapoli on his feet, dodging, fighting, and 1st down. What a great run by Lapoli that time. He just really jitterbugged through the white jerseys for the 1st down.
For those of you in the audience that don't know what a jitterbug is, it was a dance in the 30s involving a lot of quick footwork. And Mr. Simonian just gave me the fatherly be careful look, so I'm going to stop talking now.
Well, I didn't know it either till Ronna told me about it. I had no idea what it was.
Oh.
Well, I guess Bruce is spending the night at my house.
1st and 10 Lions, 44-yard line. Lapoli again. And bulldozes across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
I think dinner is on Bruce.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, it usually is. So
And I'll pay for it.
That's no change.
I'll pay for it though if you do the jitterbug in front of me.
Only if Mr. Simonian will teach it to me. 2nd and 7. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The film crew is excited now.
They're sending a camera.
Hooten tosses. McCarthy inside. Avoids one tackle. Gets wrapped up at the
First down.
45 and fights for the first down. Clock is becoming a little bit of an issue now. Lions driving the ball.
That was a great pass route, side by side. One receiver breaks for the post. McCarthy stops at the 10-yard mark and turns around for the ball.
Yeah, he was aware of how far they needed for the first down.
Bridgewater-Raynham looks a little confused, actually, on defense, to be honest with you. It's ball 43-yard line.
Timeout.
And timeout by
What,
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
That's what it is, 2-minute warning. So the Lions do have to pick up the pace because they have 43 yards to go here. But they're doing what we wanted them to do. Don't leave any time on that clock.
They are controlling the ball, or at least when they have it, they're not turning it over.
And Hooten keeps it wide open on the corner, and we've got a flag.
2 flags.
I hope it was face mask, but probably holding. That's the only thing I can hope for, and it is holding. Lions holding on the corner. No wonder, I guess, the corner was wide open.
That's unusual. Why holding on the corner on an option?
Yeah. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which was the 38. We'll take it back to the 48. Those are the kinds of things that really stop drives. Bridgewater's had it a couple times. The Lions have had it a couple times. I think we just lost 2 extra yards that we shouldn't have lost. Ball is at the 50.
Ball should be on the 50, yeah.
And Mike Veck turns a corner, gets to the 40.
It's about time. Jet sweep. I love that play.
Yeah.
We
haven't seen it all year long. They got the yardage back. It's 2nd and 9 for the Lions. They're coming up a little bit more quickly now to the line of scrimmage. Hooten. Big hole.
Nice job by Kyle Sweeney pulling and trapping left for Hooten.
He picked up 7 on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 35-yard line.
Kyle came from his right tackle position and trapped beyond the center going left.
Lions,
a hole for Matt.
Lions need to pick it up just a little bit here. We're under a minute to play, and the Lions take a timeout, but they wasted about 15 seconds before they took that timeout, unfortunately.
They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yep.
This would be quite a disappointment if you move the ball like this and run out of time.
Right. They have 1 timeout, I think.
Yeah,
run.
They just moved it on the clock.
I agree with you, Rob. This hasn't really been a 2-minute drill. Maybe that's by intention to not leave time on the clock. Maybe it's long bus rides that affect players.
Well, I tell you what, I've been on a long ride as a coach and as a player, but it's not. You can't. And when you're playing on Saturday, you throw yourself completely off because your body gets used to that Friday schedule.
Right. The Lions are back on the field. Here comes Bridgewater.
And those yellow limousines aren't the most comfortable.
Oh, no.
I think on some of these longer bus rides, it behooves us to have a coach bus of some sort.
There you go. We'll talk to Dan Hart about that, right? Yeah. Here we go. Announcers, too.
Yeah. They should pick us up in a limousine, really.
Hooten fires, caught, Caruso, first down. Lions need to get to the line of scrimmage now, to the 28-yard line. Get to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped. It says 45. It was off about 10 seconds at the 2-minute warning, so we'll see what it is. Now they're up. They're going quickly. Lapoli.
Timeout.
And they need a timeout here. Takes it across the 20
Coach Kaiser called the timeout.
to the 19. That was their last timeout, I believe.
Yes.
We have 36.8 on the clock here at the field. They're at the 19-yard line. We need to get it about 10 yards closer, I think, to get it into Hennessy's.
Get the Mayday play ready.
Yeah.
Start waving the white flag and get everybody out there with no timeouts left.
Right now, it'd be about a 36-yard field goal from the left hash, right?
Longer than that.
So
They're
on
at
the
the
19? Plus 7 is
19-7.
You're right,
That's
36-yard field goal.
36 yard.
Thank you. Yeah, I apologize. That's a 36-yard field goal right now. That's within his range. He's already kicked a 34-yarder this year. They're looking to the right. They tossed to the right, and the receiver fell down, unfortunately, and Matt Hooten got hit real hard on that play, and he's staying down. That's not a good sign at all. Matty got hit hard, and he is a guy you cannot afford to lose.
He did not see that coming.
No.
He did not see
Bryce
Shaw on his stunt.
And he's a guy that you really have to see. Hooten is also the holder on kicks. I think the Lions will probably try to run one play here.
Well, he's going off.
He has to go off, yeah, and he's limping, kind of groggy. So we'll hold our breath here because Matt is in a little bit of discomfort. The backup quarterback has been James Latham. I don't know if that's who they will go with, or will they go with Mike Veck?
I think they go with the more varsity experienced.
Yeah.
And Veck is in the football game, and he will be the quarterback. And it's almost like you need to throw this ball away and then try to kick the field goal, because you can't run it. You don't have any timeouts left. Veck steps up, runs away from the blitz, and there's a flag down, and if this is holding, it takes him right out of field goal range.
Yeah, a referee behind the play, behind the offensive group, called it.
And it is going to be holding, and this is a crucial time in the game without your starting quarterback. And he will take the penalty, he being Coach Buron. Did he refuse that?
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't think he would.
No. 15 from the spot, from the down marker, so he's going to count it off together.
Yeah, there's no way he would refuse that penalty. Okay, that's going to push the Lions out of field goal range now. They take the ball to the 30. That would be a 47-yard field goal as it stands right now. Right, Rob? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
You are correct, sir.
Sophomore Mike Vecchione taking his second snap as quarterback. And we have what?
The referee was over
Wasn't ready?
explaining something
Okay.
to Coach Kaiser, so he wasn't back in position. Now there's a timeout called by Bridgewater.
So this has been a slow second quarter, and I'd almost, if I were the Lions, I'd run the ball here and let the clock tick out without your quarterback, and you're 30 yards away, unless you want to just try to heave it down toward the goal line.
Well, I mean, this type of offense, you should be able to get the two plays off, but
Yeah.
you know, it has to be a pass.
But you don't want anything that could be picked off, and after this effort in the first half, you don't want to get demoralized. Lot of flags in this football game. And it seems like every week we say the same thing. Just so many flags on the field. We'll see if we can get something at halftime as to the condition of Hooten.
A couple couple of positives here. The ball on the left hash, Vecchione being a right-handed thrower. He's got a wide side to the right.
Yes.
So he can run or throw.
McCarthy's out on that side. Caruso and his brother on the left side.
Here goes Finn. Finn's out. See, it was motion.
Yeah, that was motion. And that's another penalty.
And unfortunately, Christian Finn was going to be open.
Well, come right back with the same play.
Christian was the one that moved, unfortunately. He was anxious.
I wonder if that's a snap count issue, Howie, with a new quarterback.
Could be. Could be, Bruce.
But he was really the only one that went, so.
Yeah, all right, now
they come out with sort of the same formation. But
just they're coming this way.
They flipped it the other way. Yep. Mike Beck fires it deep, looking for his brother, and it's incomplete, overthrown. It's going to be 4th down. And I would punt it. I know there's only 20 seconds, but I still would punt it.
Looks like that's what they're going to do.
And I think that's an excellent call.
Yep.
They've done a very good job in this first half.
No, they're not.
No. I would have. We're not down here. I'd throw it deep.
Yeah, I suppose.
I might flood a zone and just throw it up.
Maybe we'll get a pass interference call here. Can always hope.
Brian Mitchell just reported into the game. He's on the same side as Caruso on Chelmsford's left.
Mike steps up, fires it, and way over the head of the receiver. I don't blame Mike. He doesn't want to make a mistake short. 4th down, Bridgewater will take over with 15 seconds. I think I would have tried to run the sweep there, see if you could have gotten out of bounds and then maybe picked up enough yardage for a field goal attempt.
Mike
Except it was 4th down.
He did have to bring that up, didn't he? All right, 1st and 10, Bridgewater at the 35-yard line.
Bridgewater has 2 timeouts remaining.
They're looking to throw it. They fire it on the side and almost picked off by the Lions. There was a mix-up on which way the receiver should have gone, and that was number 2.
Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor again.
3.
Taylor's talking to his quarterback about what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, they only sent out 2 receivers.
Yep.
And there was a lot of movement. I was watching that particular route because he made an in and out cut, I think, 3 times, just trying to shake because it's no secret who you're throwing it to. And it was good coverage. Musad was right on him.
Yes.
In fact, I think Sullivan has only completed 1 pass runner. Is that correct in this first half?
Completed
for a 1st down, yeah.
Yeah. 2? Yeah, it's 2. That's right. 3? Sorry, 3 completions. They're going to take a knee right here.
Yep.
And the score is going to be 0-0 at halftime, which is really a shock. And the question right now at halftime, what's the condition of the Lions starting quarterback? And we're trying to check it out the sideline over there. And he's still sitting down. He's getting up now. And we'll see at halftime what that condition might be. He's talking with Katie Shagnon. She is the best. Jack Slattery, his best friend, I think, or one of his best friends, talking to him. He looks a lot better right now, to be honest with you.
Got a little
gimp.
Little gimp in the step, but
he's one tough customer.
It's a hard shot.
He
so
did.
It may just be the wind knocked out of him. Or
as long as it's not a concussion, he should be good to go.
That's right. All right, we're going to take a break at halftime. Chelmsford High School Marching Band is getting ready to perform. I'm not sure whether we will have that for you at halftime. We will, and that's great news. So stay tuned for a great marching band performance. We'll be back after that.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
short, quick one if he does. He has 3 receivers to the right side of the field along with Lipoli on the right.
Sprint right with Lipoli in the flat. He's got, it looks like a flat area will be open.
I think he's going to throw it to his brother. But you could be right, Howie. And his brother outside and out of bounds at about the 10.
They're marking it at the 8, which is very good.
That's a good spot for us.
They need about 3.
So it's going to be 4th and 3 inside the 10-yard line for the Lions.
About the 7.5. I think they need to get to the 5.
Boy, that was a nice toss, completion, nice catch, brother to brother.
We were both right.
Yep.
Your brother in the flat.
Yep.
Chelmsford doing a great job. I like that play. It's better than just a simple toss from the backfield because you get the corner easy. You saw the yards you can pick up.
This could be the play of the game right here. Lipoli doesn't have a chance.
They had a stunt on. Number 60 slowed it down for them. Jim Gimmier.
And Bridgewater will take over inside the 10-yard line, and that play was blown up right from the start.
Well, you know, on 4th down, you just got to hit where the hole is planned to be, whether it's there or not. You just got to get there.
Right.
You know, get some push.
So it's at the 8-yard line. It's 1st and 10, Bridgewater, and the great drive by the Lions goes for naught. Now we need a turnover.
Plenty of time left.
Absolutely. Plenty of time. Bridgewater will try to milk this clock for all it's worth here. And I think you'll see a steady diet of Bryce Shaw. Sullivan calls signals. Hands it to Shaw. The Lions are right there in the hole. Pickup of maybe a yard. And that's about all. 2nd and 9.
Bungard did a great job on that play. Just making penetration. Made a big pile.
Can't say enough about the effort of the Lions today. What an outstanding effort they have shown. And they're still in this football game. The turnover bug has to come their way at some point.
Last week, the turnover bug went the wrong way.
Yes, it did.
The takeaway ratio is 5-1. I think if they can force a fumble here or an interception, it'll go a long way.
Long count. Handoff. Shaw comes across the 15-yard line. Good pickup there. It's going to be 3rd, and this is really a big, huge play in this game. 3rd and 2.
This is the play right here of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, because you get good field position out of this if you can stop them.
Wait, Howard, we get to pick those? Do we get to pick those plays in the game? I thought it was Bruce's deal.
That's my job.
Okay.
All right, can the Lions come up with the stop here? Expect to see Mr. Shaw. Long count. It's Shaw. Yeah, and I think he has it.
He's up
he
to
does.
the 19.
Yeah, first down. So 3 runs by Shaw gets them the first down, about 11 yards, and the clock now will continue to be the Lions' opponent as well as Bridgewater. Lions step back next Friday night into MVC action with Dracut. And we're here, and I hope they don't get discouraged after today, because I think there's a lot to think that's really good.
Yeah, they have a lot to take away from this game.
With 6.5 minutes, they could take the game away from the game. I mean, they're still not out of it.
That's right. First down carry by Shaw again, picks up 2. Every first down takes approximately 2.5 minutes off the clock, though.
It was good penetration by Sal Lipoli there.
Yes.
He just had a chance to get him in the backfield, but Shaw made a nice cut back inside.
The energy that it takes to play both ways and to be a ball carrier as well as a linebacker, that's a big ask.
Yep.
And back to the huddle with no hurry is Corey Sullivan. We're under 6 minutes to play in the football game. And timeout is taken, a 30-second timeout by Bridgewater. Maybe to give Shaw a little breather more than anything.
The intensity of this game is picked up as Coach Berto has got the headset on now. He hasn't had it on all game. But now he's in communication with the people upstairs.
I have to admit, I was a little bit higher on Bridgewater-Raynham than they're showing me today. I thought they were a better football team.
I agree with you. I felt the same way.
To take nothing away from Chelmsford's effort. 2nd and 9. Clock is stopped. Does he throw it here? He does. And almost got blitzed, but completed down the sideline and out of bounds. Let it go. Completed to Taylor. And a nice call by Bridgewater and a nice completion. The best pass he's thrown all day.
Yep.
And Coach Buron was looking for a little bit extracurricular on the tackle there. We've got a flag. It's against Chelmsford.
Flag, They did call the personal foul.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Although the flag was right back
there. They
there.
called something else.
Yep.
I think it was a late hit on the quarterback. They called roughing the quarterback.
There wasn't much roughing going. I saw the replay.
Boy, I did too. I didn't think he got tackled. And he almost, that was McCarthy, and almost made the tackle. And Peter is confused. What did I do? And 15 yards for roughing the passer, and that was shaky. 1st and 10. The ball is out to the 35-yard line. Have a new running back, tailback, and he has it. Little fresh.
It's Lombard.
Yeah, Lombard back in, giving a little bit of a breather to Shaw.
Shaw has moved up to fullback.
Fullback, and that's maybe how he operates when they have
when Greaves is
in the game.
Number 1.
Yeah. Gain of 2.5. 2nd and 8. You could almost take a nap between plays in this game.
They're bringing it down to 5 seconds.
Yeah. Handoff. That's Shaw. Not much. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And let's see. It's 4:54 right now. Let's see when this ball is snapped on the clock. And I would say that Bridgewater is in 4th down territory once again, although not for sure. So we were at 4:54, right? We're at 4:33 now, which is 21 seconds down. And they're going to snap it at approximately timeout.
They were going to run out of time.
They were going to get a delay.
Yep. It was a delay coming.
They were at about 5 seconds when they called the timeout.
Yeah. And I think that may have been deliberate. I think the coach may have said, okay, we'll take it down as low as we can, and then we'll take our timeout.
Well, I mean, both teams seemingly don't have that quick strike capability.
Right.
Chelmsford definitely does not have it. And now with Matt out, the accuracy perhaps of the arms of the quarterback are in question.
Well, you saw in that last drive, Rob, the ball didn't get in the air the entire drive. And I think that answers your question. It's a good point that you bring up. And, of course, Bridgewater knows that. But Howie was right also with that that play, with 4th down and a 3 or so. They had to convert right there. Lions blitz. And they've got him. No first down. It's going to be 4th and a couple. Stayed in bounds. Keep the clock going.
Very short. Only about half a yard. That's all they need.
And Coach Buron was not happy with one of his blockers on that play. So you're right, Howie. It's 4th and maybe less than a yard here. And they're going to take this down as low as they possibly can, and he will take another timeout when that happens. So he's a seasoned veteran coach. And looks like he is going to let the play run. Quarterback sneak again, guys?
I'll go with Shaw. Oh.
And he did take the timeout. He took it down as far as he could.
About 1 second. I was watching the clock. He took 24 seconds off the clock right there.
Yep.
So it is going to be a full timeout. It's going to be a 4th and 1. And now for the pronouncement.
And?
This is the play of the game. How about right now?
See, Howie, that's official.
It's official.
That's official. Okay.
Guys, we have a good time. I enjoy the work together, and I've enjoyed this game. I wasn't sure I was going to, but I have enjoyed it.
You're right. I agree with you, Bruce. I thought this was going to be we were going to have to play catch up from about the halfway through the second quarter on.
Yep.
And to have such a well-played game, although penalty-filled, but still some good plays from the Lions defense and some offensive spark here and there. And Matt got banged. And Becky Owen did a nice job running with the ball. It's hard to only have half your offense going.
What I like is I think the Lions adjust week to week depending upon their opponent with their it's a first down for...
No, we had motion on the other side unless they're going to call us.
I think they're going to call the Lions offside.
I think there was contact on the
center.
Yeah,
that's what I think it was too. So it's going to be an automatic first down. They drew the Lions offside, and you can't fault them for that effort.
No.
And now they'll be able to take it down to approximately a minute left in this football game. And they'll get back on the bus. If they score again, okay. If they don't, 7-0 is a victory.
Yeah.
It's been a while since the Lions have been shut out. I'll have to go back and check records as to when that might have happened. I want to thank Tori for doing her great job with Rana. Tori is a field hockey player, but she's adjusted to football very nicely. No sticks out there, Tori. They can't hit anybody. Nice tackle by Christian Finn there for the Lions. Also, Kyle Sweeney. That defense has done yeoman work. Gain of 3 on the play. And again, they're going to take this down.
Well, the clock is stopped.
Why is the clock stopped?
That's what I was just wondering.
Did he call timeout? I don't think so. I'm surprised. Maybe they're trying to adjust it to the field clock, but it should be running.
Yeah.
And as always, we get near the game, we have to say great job to Tom Peterson, Dan Sylvia, all the people that have helped us today. Oh, we jumped again.
And we're offsides again.
And it's another first. It's going to be another 5 yards. Free 5 yards, so that's 10 yards they've picked up. The clock will run this time after they mark off the penalty.
Young Sullivan's getting an excellent education on clock management this time from Coach Buron. And now the clock is stopped again for some reason.
For the penalty.
Yeah, now they'll start it. They should start it right now.
So
it should be winding. The coach is saying, wind the clock. Why isn't it running? And he's right.
And honestly, it doesn't matter because the official clock's on the field.
Yeah. Right, but they haven't given any indication either
to start the clock.
Start it.
It is 2nd down and 2. And it could be first down now. It's close to the 10. Shaw must have carried the ball probably 30 times in this football game already.
Okay.
And our clock is stopped again.
Well,
is
I
it a
think
first
it's a
down?
first down.
First
yeah.
down.
Yeah. Bridgewater was in a game today. They got whacked around pretty good by the Chelmsford Lions today. And it is first down. It's just outside the 10, so it's first and 10 at the 11.
Under 3 minutes now, if the clock's correct. Could be less.
And Coach Buron again is questioning the linesman as to why the clock isn't or hasn't been moving, and maybe it has. Lions trying to blitz, toss. This is Shaw. He got a great block on the corner, and he walks it in from the 11 for the touchdown. He got a great block out there that time. So with 2:31 to go in the football game, it looks very dire now for the Chelmsford Lions as Shaw has scored his second touchdown of this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Bridgewater did an excellent job of utilizing the clock and getting a first down as they needed. The Lions defense has been out there an awful lot today.
Absolutely.
Maybe right. That's part of the problem at this stage of the game is that they're tired.
And Bridgewater was patient with their offense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kept running their plays, pounding.
Tom Fay to add the 14th point, and he missed it. So it's going to be 13-0 with 2:31. We're going to take a break.
There are 16 million children
I don't
struggling
see
with
this
hunger
team
in
going too
America.
far.
That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
We are back. We are Bruce Byram, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Rana and Tori. And Fay is about to kick it off to the Lions, who trail with 2:31 to go, we think. We're not positive. Fay kind of line drives it, and this is going to stay in the end zone.
Get
if
in
you didn't
there,
touch it.
down it right there.
Boy.
Good.
Vecchione made a good play in the end zone.
Well, in high school, if it goes in the end zone, it's dead automatically.
Right. And you know what? Let's hope.
Which is good.
Vecchione got some good experience. I hope he doesn't have to continue there at quarterback for any long period of time. But I also like the fact that the Lions were cautious with Matty Hooten. I'm not even sure he came out of the locker room, to be honest with you.
Right.
I heard a report that he is walking around the sidelines, but I'm not sure if he's dressed or.
Yep. Good. I hope he's going to be able to shake this off. The next week is important. We have Drake, we have Tewksbury coming up, North Andover. Those are the games you have to win for playoff contention. This one, not so much. Vecchione looks to throw it, fires it, and it's intercepted.
Intercepted.
And it is.
Yeah.
It's intercepted. Looking for, I can't see the receiver over there. His brother. Looking for Joe.
For Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Intercepted at the 22-yard line. And I don't think Bridgewater will do anything except just straight ahead and run clock. And they're masters at that.
And my guess is they could probably do it in 3 downs.
Okay, I think you're pretty
kill
close.
2.5 minutes.
Right. Right. So Chelmsford will have to regroup. They're short one day. Drake lost to Tewksbury last night, and hopefully the Lions will keep that streak going for Drake. Handoff to Shaw.
Handoff to number 47.
Crosses the 20.
Timeout, Lions.
Chelmsford's going to not let them run this clock out.
Timeout, Chelmsford.
Lions will have one timeout remaining.
Well, it was, once again, thanks to Bruce Rich and Tom Cato for coming today and being with their former teams. That must be kind of a nice experience.
Oh, it has to be, absolutely.
To touch base with those guys once again.
Well, the thing of it is you know, when you teach, you don't see kids ever, usually, after they graduate.
Right.
You know, if they move back to town and you're still in town, you might run into them. But and that's the thing about football, and I know a lot of people don't realize, or any team really, you become part of a family for 4 years, and you know you do have bonds that will stay with you for the rest of your life. And no matter what, when you run into somebody, you know you stop for a few minutes and talk about the heyday.
Shaw hit by Christian Finn.
Finn and Joe Vecchione.
Joe, correct. And another timeout, the last one by the Lions. It's going to be 3rd and 7. So the Lions are going to fall to 2-2. Having played Lowell, a very good football team, and Bridgewater-Raynham, maybe a little bit bigger than the Lions. Certainly the Lions' heart was just as big, if not bigger. Bridgewater-Raynham will go to 3-1. They will take on Dartmouth next week, and we will say goodbye to them because I don't think this series will be renewed.
And that's Dartmouth the town, not Dartmouth the college.
I think. Yeah, maybe they're going into the Ivy League, right? True.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. All right, the Lions have no timeouts left. We're really short on time in the football game. I hope they can finish strongly. Shaw, short of the first down. The Lions are still banging on defense.
Still playing really hard football. Good tackling, gang tackling.
Slattery, Sweeney, Vecchione. Boy.
More than one person around the ball carrier. That's a good sign.
2-minute warning? Yep, 2 minutes. I'm still, I don't understand why the clock wasn't moving on a couple of those plays.
Yeah.
It's 4th down.
Maybe we missed a signal to the timekeeper because, I mean, the clock was right on there for the 2 minutes.
But they didn't wind it, like you said.
Yeah.
Referee didn't wind, so. Was it after, well, penalties, those penalties shouldn't stop the clock.
No, only for the time that you're administering the penalty, and then it should start again. And we're going to take, there's the boss right there, Mr. Simonian. He's left us, and he had a little bit of a backslide this week. Had a little physical problem, but he's back on his feet, as you can see, and we wish him the best. We want to keep that man healthy.
No, it's my understanding, too, a 2-minute warning doesn't stop the clock forever either, and the clock hasn't started.
Bridgewater took a timeout.
There was a timeout, Bridgewater.
Yeah, but it should have started before. They didn't take it right away, yeah.
And I'm surprised they would take the timeout. I know it's 4th and 2, but, you know, get your play in and keep the clock going. You could have taken it down to 1:30.
This is where you have the conversation. You know, don't do anything to jeopardize your play time next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't turn the ball over, in other words. And this, as I said, is primarily a senior football team. Almost too bad that we're not going to see them again next season, but I don't want to go to Bridgewater. I don't think our crew does either. And on the outside and being hit out there and taken down by a loss. A nice play by McCarthy to come up and turn that back.
Yep.
And it's 4th down. The Lions did stop them. They will get another chance. So at the 14, 1st and 10, Chelmsford.
Well, let's see. Lions have no timeouts left, so let's see what they can do in the interim of, I got about 85 yards to go.
I would like this, when I can't wait to look at the statistics this week, the stats on how many plays were run against Chelmsford. It's got to be staggering. And Vecchio, he has shown me something with his ability to run the football.
Yes, he has. I'm very impressed. If he, you know, he and Matt share some reps this week with Matt not being maybe 100%. Mike can start to feel comfortable there. Nice snap by his brother right there for the first down.
And the clock will stop. It's a completion to Joe Vecchione. He kicks it up to the 30. That's about a 15-yard pickup. We're going to have an interview. Stay with us at the end of the game. Coach Kaiser will be interviewed, and it'll be interesting to hear what Coach has to say. Vecchione looks over the middle.
Intercepted.
It's intercepted
by Taylor.
And he goes down as he should, and that's not Mike's fault that time. That went right through the receiver's hands.
Well, that was a Chris Sale fastball, I think. That was
hummed. Joe Vecchione is down on his hands and knees at the 35.
He was the receiver that went across the middle.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, to some extent, that wasn't the receiver you probably should have thrown it to.
No.
Obviously, you know, years of in the backyard, that's the only guy you had to throw it to.
Right. With a minute to go, Bridgewater will kneel on this, and it will end as a 13-0 score.
I always thought that there should be some mechanism in football
to say
game's over, we're going to take our knee, and what ends up happening is the quarterback loses.
Right.
In this case, probably two times 2 yards.
Oh yeah, as a
rushing
attempt. Yeah.
Right. Yep. That's a good point, Rob. So he takes the knee, and he will give him no gain.
Well, maybe they should just any knee play like that should not count at all as an attempt.
Well, that's what they do now in baseball. Automatic walk, right?
Right, automatic walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they could carry that over and make it an automatic no attempt, no carry.
Gosh, I have breaking news. The Boston Red Sox have beaten the Astros, and they have clinched the division, which I don't think is going to mean anything. But they did. The game is over, folks.
Yeah.
We had a great time today. We being Bruce, Rob, Howie, Rana, Tori, want to thank her very much. You have a job, Tori. Anytime you want it, you are hired permanently. You're better looking than your father by a long shot. And,
that's right.
Thank goodness.
And stay tuned for the interview with Coach Kaiser. Want to thank everybody today for joining us. Congratulations to the Lions, guys. I thought they did well.
I do, too. I think they played very well. They showed a lot of spark, good defensive plays, good offensive plays. I like the interior line play of the defense and offensive lines today.
I think they have every right to thumb their noses at us for our predictions.
That's right.
I'm embarrassed.
That's right. I'm going to skulk out of here and
good for them.
Good
for them.
Yes, they proved us wrong, and we're really pleased about that.
That's right.
Thanks, everybody. Stay with us for the interview. It should be coming up momentarily, and hopefully you can join us. If you can't come to the game next week with Draken on Friday night, please join us for the telecast. Thanks to Tom, thanks to Dan, and thanks to my crew. Good night.